Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. No idea what's in here. It's actually a pretty large package. So I'm going to guess there's more than one thing in here. Thanks so much to Mr. Designs for sending this in. That's what the label says in the front. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Whatever it is, I'll link it right down below. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Let's see what we got here. It doesn't necessarily feel, overly heavy for the size that it is, but it's still heavy enough that I feel like there's more than one thing in here. Let's see what we got. We have, yes, one, hold on, two, three, there we go, okay, and let's see, oh, we got a card, oh, nice, all right, and is there another card? Two cards, nope, okay, well, two cards, all right, so it looks like we've got information on the designs here. Let's go ahead and just open, I'm going to go by size. So, let's move this so that the camera doesn't focus on it. The first one here, ooh, okay, is this, let's take a look. The black wash and bronze does look really nice. We have mounting positions for a wire clip. There you go, right there. Don't love the bill, but that's okay. The nice thing about wire clips is they very rarely cause an ergonomic issue. But you can flip that over for lefties, so that's awesome. We have a front flipper combination and thumb stud opener, CPM 20CV. The front flipper thing, people either love it or hate it, right? No reason to complain about it in this case because it has thumb studs, so you can just ignore the fact that it's there. Ah, okay, so this must be this one. And that's the Phantom. That's a P. I was like, what is this word? So there you go. There's your specs. Excellent. We have Warncliffe Hollow Ground. Really? Wait, did I read that right? Yeah, it must be very subtle. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. That is. Holy moly, that does get thin. Ooh, let's slice a piece of paper just to get the feels. Just to get the feels. Just like to feel the edge through paper. It's a straight blade, no curvature, but wow, extremely, yeah, definitely not creating much drag there. That is wildly sharp. Okay, cool. So this is an inset liner. Looks like a steel, almost certainly a steel liner lock, because there's the detent ball right on the liner lock itself. Contour titanium, right? No backspacer. I would venture to guess this is probably not a horrifically expensive premium knife, right? I mean, it's still going to be expensive because we're looking at, titanium and CPM 20CV, but a cool design, right? So there you go. That's the first one. Next up, let's do this one. I believe this is going to be the next card. Yes. Oh, man. Now, look at that. There's just nothing going on. This is a lot, I mean, in a good way. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. That is pretty satisfying. And I'll tell you why. Because I looked at it and I said, well, these designs where the blade goes entirely into the handle, that's really cool. But I doubt that blade will end up being very big. Actually, while it is, obviously, it's smaller than the handle overall, right? Because the whole thing has to fit in there and it has to taper down to a tip. They actually did a pretty good job of sizing that blade out. And look at that. I don't know about you guys. I just find it really satisfying when a blade completely disappears inside the handle. There's something that's really cool about that. For a second, I thought this was an integral because this is, I'm guessing, aluminum. So here's the model. 3.5 inches. The overall length apparently isn't 8 inches. That's crazy because it honestly feels pretty big. We have, it's the manufacturer here is Bestech. Does it say? Oh, interesting. They use two different OEMs for these. So this one's QSP. This one's Bestech. So what is handle material? Oh, no, it's titanium. Yeah, bead blasted titanium or coated. Interesting. So we have M390 for the blade. Super thin, too. Really thin behind the edge as well. That's actually really cool. I think the Zero is, like the name, the Zero is super fitting. But look how they've pieced this together. One side, I've seen this before, right? It's like Strider does this, and a number of other makers actually do this. This whole piece, or I'm sorry, what is normally the backspacer is actually this whole scale on the side with the button, right? And then the back side is a separate scale, so there's no backspacer, but it does look nice and it kind of has that integral look. I love how we've got the wire clip seated inside the frame. That's really cool, but we absolutely should have done it on the other side. I mean, there's plenty of room for it, right? If we could do it on this scale, we can definitely do it on this side. Is this a plunge lock? Yes, but you can see the plunge lock goes all the way through the blade, which means there should be a little bit more surface contact than your typical. Yeah, good enough. A little more surface contact than your typical plunge lock. I like that the jimping is in the spot where your thumb actually lands. Normally, I think people will be quick to point out that I always make fun of designs that are minimalist, and then I turn around and really like some of them. I don't like lazy minimalist designs where it's just creating the same shapes, combining the same shapes and elements, right, and then removing any and all personality, and then selling it as minimalist, when in reality, it's something that was slapped together in an afternoon, right? There was a little more thought put into this. So while it has that minimalist aesthetic, this definitely took a little bit longer than an afternoon to think up. And it's got personality, right? It's certainly not stripped of personality. It actually looks pretty cool. And I'm really happy that it's not like 7 inches, because everybody is doing that, my new minimalist design, 7 to 7.5 inches, and it's a drop point blade with a tumbled titanium, handle, and it's just got like a single choil cut out for the primary grip. Like, I've seen that design a bajillion times. Now, to be fair, I've seen a lot of designs that look like this, similar, right? And it does have a pretty classic drop point blade. But I do like the overall, right, the button lock, and with the blade sinking entirely into the handle. I like the little, pretty low profile flipper tab. And the fact that it's all put together really well is also a nice little touch. So that's cool. I like that, the Zero. And then finally, we have this box. There was no third card, so I don't know what this is. Maybe the card's in there. Nope, I'm sorry. It's actually right here. That is actually what I said. The cipher. So this one's also on the larger side. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Okay. Oh, carbon fiber. Nice looking, too. That is... carbon fiber obviously can be hit or miss. I don't like shred carbon fiber, and I don't like the flat stuff that's real shiny. I can't stand that. But this, that's very good looking. Absolutely. Titanium backspacer. We do have mounting positions on both sides, and this is also obviously going to be an inset liner. This makes me think of the TRM. Is it the Atom? I actually have it right here. Yeah. It makes me think of the TRM, except it's a Tanto. Similar, similar handle profile. We have the swells in the same place. Actually, really similar, except for the back end. A little bit different there. Dimensionally, also pretty similar. Not quite the same length, right? I know people will be quick to scream copy, but, I mean, these aren't the only two with this handle profile. And then the blade, obviously, is different. We have a Tanto, but they do make a drop point blade. I like the Tanto a little bit better. But yeah, I think maybe drew inspiration from the profile of this guy without copying it exactly. The lines are a little bit different. The swell is a little bit different. There's no cutout right here. There's no thumb stud, right? And the construction is also slightly different. But certainly a good-looking knife. Nice ergonomics. I like the Tanto. Hand rub satin finish on this guy. Very cool. Yeah. I am not the biggest fan of wire clips, but I am happy that we could actually get, we could get a pocket clip that could be flipped over for right-handed, or I'm sorry, left-handed people to enjoy it as well. Nice geometry, nice action. Who did this one? Best Deck did this one. Okay. Be interested to hear from the designer if they did draw inspiration from TRM on that one, which I think is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with, being inspired by a certain design. We don't want to copy things line for line, but that's obviously not what happened here. So I would just like to hear from Mr. Designs to see if that was actually the case. But these do look pretty cool. I'll link them down in the description. Each one of them will get their own comprehensive reviews. That's not happening today. Today, of course, is just an unboxing and first impressions. That's going to be pretty much it. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.